Hey, Pat. Tool junkie, now proud owner of three Delta tools. Oh boy. 3 Delta tools. I don't think I own one Delta tool, but I own a lot of Wen. Delta's a little more American. Whoa. That is squirting, not spraying. How do you change that? That's not right. Huh. These are supposed to spray, and that looks like it's spraying all right. That is not the look I was going for. I don't know if that's gonna work. That's very red though. Caden, Snow, hello. Hello, hello. This is not blood. All right, that one's supposed to be black. These are not spraying a very wide spray. That's a little strange. That's pretty wild looking. This is Salisbury Crafts red airbrush paint, and I'm trying to use a sprayer instead of my airbrush, and it looks a lot like blood. So we'll see when we put some start turning it. Let me wipe that off, otherwise I'll get a face full. All right. All right, who we got in? We got Pat, Cecil, Caden, Johnny's Lathe Crafts, Ann Ross. That's not appropriate. Ann Ross, I don't know what you're talking about. So we'll see ya. Yeah. 1980 chop saw, 1953 10-inch bandsaw, and the 91 10-inch tilting arbor table saw. Okay, that's cool. Raul Lemus is in. Nice, very nice. We are going to make some bird houses again, some decorative bird houses, because I had some fun doing that. I liked it. I liked it. All right, I need, oh, there we go. Okay, that's gonna fit. Clean up that opening a little bit. Oh, yeah. A little bit more. There we go. All right, now what I was gonna try to do was start out with some Salisbury Crafts red and black, and it's not quite spraying right, so we're gonna try it, see what happens. I'm gonna slow the lathe way down. And we'll at least get it on and then maybe wipe it with a paper towel so that it spreads out a little bit. We'll see. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit. All right. $600, that's crazy, Pat. Hope M is in. Hello, Hope. All right, we're gonna try, this is Salisbury Crafts red airbrush paint, but we're gonna use a sprayer, and I'm shaking it up vigorously. Brian's in from Vineyard Farmhouse. Hey, Brian. All right, let's see what happens. Whoa, it just sprayed completely against the back wall. Yeah, this is not ideal. Not ideal. I gotta look at some. I don't think these sprayers are adjustable. Really making a mess. I didn't want to get, so what I need to do is buy like 4 airbrush kits because switching colors is difficult. So I thought, oh, I'll just use these triggers. All right, this is black. Let's see what happens. Black's a little bit better. Still, it's not. It's a little uncontrollable. All right, we'll have to do the sprayers another day. I need to figure that out because that is not gonna work. Not gonna work. The red looks great, but all right. Let me think. Let's that might work for now. All right. Okay, we're going to let that dry. I'm going to work on the top. I'm going to speed it up again. Hey, Johnny started a new job? That's great. All right. All right, we're gonna drill a little hole in the top for a hanger. Wow, I picked the exact opposite side because it always breaks out when you drill through. So I did it from either side. Nice. All right, let's put, let me cut this end off. Go. All right, we are going to put some super glue coating, CA glue coating from Satellite City to help protect the color and make it shiny. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's put our perch. And this is just bamboo skewer, nothing fancy about it. Put a little drop of glue in there. Shove it in. I think we should paint that, but what color do you think we should make that? Just black or something else? It's kind of red and black. There's not much else going on here. I feel like maybe we should give it some more color. What should we do? Yellow? All right, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. I always get in trouble for not shaking up the ink enough. This is another Salisbury Crafts yellow, and I think it's a solid yellow. It's not transparent because I wrote solid on it. All right, let's see what this looks like. All right. Put a little bit of glue on that as well. Help seal it in. All right. Now this might be going on the website. We'll see what happens. BaileyWorkshop.com. You can check us out. Now let's just saw it off. This is accelerator spray for CA glue, just to get it curing faster. All right. And it's all fuzzy because I think I put too much. It's either the paint is changing with the accelerator, or I put the accelerator on. We can fix that. I just need to buff it with some wax, and that'll fix out. That'll buff out. But we can fix that. We need to not do that. I think it's the CA glue. Something's reacting. I got to figure out what that is. We're gonna fix it on this one. Too soon? You said nice too soon? Yeah, that's what I thought. It was looking good and then messed up. Not everything works. RB. A lot of work for a toothpick. Yes, it is. You'd be surprised. Well, maybe not. All right. All right. Mike Stanifer is in. Lee Harris is in. Hello, guys. All right. What colors should we do this one? I've got every color you can think of. These are my current obsession of markers. They go on really cool. They have really good coverage and quick. I've got colored pencils. I've got watercolors, Sharpies, highlighter. You can do anything. Blue and green, dark blue, jade and black. So we got green, jade is the same, blue, green, and black. Let's do blue, green, and black. So like this color blue or this color blue. We'll do all of them. Okay, and black. All right. I'm going to slow the lathe back down. These markers, I don't think I'm going to be able to mix. I don't know. I'm going to try something though. I do like these markers have they've got a fine point and a thick point. That really helps. All right, so now this one, what I should have done on the first one was put the glue on and then polish it and then put the perch on. Once you put the perch on, you can't do much else. So we're gonna try that. Alright, now I'm also going to do a little experiment to see if this clouds up like the other one. Okay, so this didn't cloud up. So there's something in those colors that are bringing out the white. Something about these colors, and I know there's some white added to them, that the glue is like making it. It looked fine till I put the accelerator on it, and I know it'll polish off, but I don't know. It's not very attractive yet. So, all right, let's polish this one. I'm going to put some abrasive paste on. All right, let's get another perch. So I did a video making these little birdhouses before, and I made a short, and it went up to like 7,000 views. I haven't made a short in a while, and it kind of surprised me. So I appreciate everyone's support. If you watched it, if you didn't, check it out. You don't have to watch the hour and a half of the live. Thinking about making all of the lives unlisted when they're done, and then recreating them in shorts or video, full-length video. Because I don't think anybody goes back and watches live streams. All right, we're gonna put gold. I'm gonna put some super glue on it before I glue it. How am I gonna do that? Well, let's just put it in. There. It's a little long, but it's all right. Is super glue toxic to birds? Not these birds. These birds are a figment of our imagination. These are indoor, I would say indoor decorations, but no, actually, in all honesty, super glue, once it cures, is just plastic. So it would not be toxic. I'm sure if they ate enough of it, it probably wouldn't be healthy, as it is not for the rest of us either. But it is just plastic. There's the hole to hang it. So if you had a indoor tree, one of those ficus trees or something, you could hang this inside. There we go. That one looks a little bit better. Let's put some color on the top of it. There. All right, 2 down. I'm gonna try to polish this first one just by hand. See what we can do with this. This is my abrasive paste. It is beeswax, mineral oil, and a little bit of diatomaceous earth to give it some abrasiveness. I just can't let this sit there looking all cloudy. There, that looks better. A little bit of wax. We'll use the, oh, I know what I could do. We gotta change out the lumber anyway. There. Saved it. That's great. Okay. Saved it. All right, should we make some small ones? Let's make some small ones. This is a piece of cherry, by the way, and it's from my work. It was a piece of dunnage that was used to pallet some stuff, and a lot of times they'll use hardwoods for that because pine is just too soft. But this is just a great piece. There's no knots in it. It's just an amazing piece. So I liberated it from the scrap bin. Well, that was bound to happen. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Too bad. Can sand it off and make it round again. All right, so someone had brought up the idea of keychains, and I thought that was a good idea. So I did not make this one sharp, and I left this hole a little bit bigger. And I don't think I'm going to drill. All right, what colors should we make this? Should we use pencils? Get a hole drilled here. Purples and pinks. I like that idea. And then who said birdhouse tops? That had to have been Pat. Birdhouse top. Yep, Pat. That's what I thought. Get my pencils sharpened up here, and all right, tricky part. Oh no, we didn't drill a hole. I was like, how are we gonna do the drilled hole? Don't have to worry about that. Okay. some CA glue. So Mike, that I used to get cortisone shots, and man, the day after the shots are like, you feel like you can do anything. I don't get that anymore. I'm on rheumatoid arthritis medicine that my knees don't swell up anymore like they used to. But I am at the age where I just got my first set of compression socks. And I have to say, I wish I'd have found them earlier, because you can stand up much longer with compression socks than without. Like, everybody should be wearing them, I think. Alright, let's put some polish on this. Where'd my polish go? There it is. Alright, now, if you've helped design one of these, let me know, either Instagram or email. You can go to our website, send me a message. Toes go numb. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, send me a message and we can put it on the website and give you a code that basically all you'd pay for is shipping. So let me know if you're interested, if you've helped design one of these and you like it. We can work something out, definitely. There you go, little keychain birdhouse. I don't know about drawing it on. That's a little cheesy. All right, let's try a birdhouse spinning top for our last trick of the day. But I feel your pain, Mike. Standing here doing this like an hour now is about all I can do. It's not fun getting old. right, this is going to be the trick. If we can drill it exactly through the center. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, what colors do we want to make this one? Come on, yellow, something yellow. I like yellow. Red and gold. We already did red. I think we've done red. No, we did red. We did red. We did red, Pat. Let's do... yellow and blue. We did blue. Yellow and orange. And white. Do it light, real light. It's springtime. Okay, slow this down. to say this is not great for markers. Using them on a lathe is not, like if you love your markers and you can't bear to see bad things happen to them, probably shouldn't use them on a lathe. But it is sure satisfying to watch. Kind of looks like a football. Running out. I love the medium, it's my favorite. I have I think one bottle left, and I was trying to guard it after this one bottle after this one. If you like what you see with the Satellite City glue, you can go to caglue.com and use code Bailey10. I don't really get anything. You can get 10% off, but they track it and see if oh, I dropped the lid. Dang it. How much influence I have, which is cool. If you'd like. CA glues are not cheap right now. That's for sure. I don't care what kind you're buying. Alright, drop the cap in the sawdust. Had to clean it off. Let's, that looks good. Let's polish this up a little bit. Since it's the last one. Been on for an hour and a half. I wanted to cut it in an hour. My wife's always like, you always say you're going to do an hour, and you never do. I need to get a sponsorship from Paper Towel Company. If any paper towel companies are listening, I go through paper towels a lot. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this through here. Glue it and then cut it off. There we go. Okay. All right. That wasn't easy to watch, I'm sure. Looks pretty even. Anti-fatigue mat under your feet. No, I have a lot of wood shavings, but no, I do not have an anti-fatigue mat. But it's more, well, I don't know. It's my back and my legs, but I'm sure that's all connected. But usually I can do, if I'm moving around a lot, if I'm just sitting here at like bowls that take like 2 or 3 hours, I have to break them up. That's why I do a lot of little stuff. All right, see if this will work. I don't know. We can always sand the perches if it's off balance. And get them tuned in. Right. All right, let's see if it works. The moment of truth. I've never had good luck with things with two sides. Whoa, that was interesting. It works till it starts bouncing and then it hits the perches. Boy, you gotta get it straight. Tell you what, let's change this up a little bit. It's hard to do. All right, that's gonna do it. It spun for a second and I can't do it again, so. There, it spun for a little bit. All right, we made a couple different little birdhouses. Everything turned out great. Thanks for stopping in, and watch for us on future live streams. Make sure you check out the rest of the videos on our channel. We have some great videos. We're gonna be doing probably some more. I got to get back into doing full-length videos and some good projects, so watch for those. That's going to be fun. And thanks for coming in. Subscribe on your way out if you could. Like, comment, all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. Yeah. Thanks for stopping in, and we will see everyone later. Oh, Todd. Todd, you just came in. I just saw you, sorry. You'll have to go back and watch. Or just watch, I'll make some shorts. Don't watch the whole thing. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming in.